Hi, my name's Jonathan. I currently co-chair the Patient and Public Involvement Group that works with the Sea Change project to help ensure that patient and carer voices are heard and acted upon throughout the life of this really important project. Another issue that's been raised by patients and carers that has also challenged our understanding of measuring patient needs is how do we offer support for personal needs or goals? For example, during a discussion with one patient member of the PPI group, the consultant raised a really important example that helps succinctly explain what personal needs or goals might be and how they fit within the context of service delivery and care. A lady who was in need of end-of-life care was admitted to hospital, and when she was asked by the palliative care specialist if there was anything that could be done for her, she explained that she was really worried about her husband. Now, up until the admission, she had been the principal carer for her husband, but now the most important thing for her was that her husband was looked after. So in this case, although her own personal needs were important, it was very clear very quickly that this lady wouldn't be able to rest. She wouldn't be able to settle down and potentially find a level of peace unless support was found or provided for her husband. In fact, to this lady, his care needs came first. Ever since, we've labelled individual needs such as these as the husband factor.
I am Fliss Murtagh, Research Lead for the Sea Change project. When we discussed this example, we had a lively discussion about the very wide range of different concerns and priorities which people with advanced illness have. So here was a challenge for the research team. We are trying to measure the complexity and range of needs of those with advanced illness, yet at the same time, those needs and concerns might be very individual and diverse. The PPI group helped us think this through.
Now for us, this raised a really crucial issue of how we can help ensure that our individual and personal needs are identified, even those that do not at first glance seem linked to our clinical or care needs. We've all heard of people who have goals that they want to complete before they die. For example, attending an upcoming niece's marriage, or having a home found for a much-loved pet. Now, in this day and age, when we know that there are literally millions of elderly people who are on their own, it is even more important that we support people to continue to achieve personal goals alongside their medical goals. Achieving goals that are important to us is, after all, part of living well. As Dame Cicely Saunders has self-explained, you matter because you are, and you matter to the end of your life. We will do all we can, not only to help you die peacefully, but also to live until you die. So my ask is, how do we go about capturing or measuring personal life goals towards the end of life, to help ensure that in what can be a highly medicalised stage of our life, we and our goals are still valued right up until our final breath.
In the Sea Change research project, we are measuring the complexity of needs of those with advanced illness, as well as the resources to meet those needs. So this particular ask is very important to us. On the one hand, we are trying to develop a way to measure the complexity of people's needs, which works for everyone. And on the other hand, we need to remain tuned in to the very individual nature of those needs and concerns. We want something that works for everyone, and yet we also know everyone is very much themselves an individual. And as Jonathan says, we want to value that and help them live to the fullest with best possible quality of life. This discussion with our PPI group helped us to do things differently. First, we have gone back to some of the earlier work to try and understand more about the main concerns and priorities that people with advanced illness have. One measure we are using starts with an open question: what are your main problems or concerns? And when we went back and analysed the replies of over 200 people with advanced illness, together they had over 450 worries or concerns. 2/3 of these were then picked up in the remaining standard questions of the measure. This is encouraging, showing us that even though we are using standard questions, many concerns are being captured. However, about 1/3 of these concerns were not picked up. When we looked at these in detail, most were very individual concerns. For example, getting to a birthday celebration, being separated from a treasured pet, or specific goals after discharge from hospital. Because of this, we have now added a specific question about whether people have been supported in achieving their goals. So in the next phase of the project, we will ask all participants, do you have any personal goals that you would like to achieve that have not been supported?